Chest hurting, but I was gifted with the best cursive. I'm suffocating and my weight keep fluctuating. I showed love how to...
One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. Today we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Don't jump. Ready?
On play action, Fields. And his first look is incomplete. Well, for these Bears here, Charles, year 3 for Justin Fields. He's just 5-20 as a starter through those first 2 seasons. But you... Potentially poised for a breakout 2023?
I certainly do, and it's because of his talent and watching what his organization has done around him. They've told him, you're going to be our quarterback, and we're going to get you better pieces in order for you to expand your game. I expect Justin Fields to break out in a big way, especially throwing the football.
Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's got a man, it's his fullback. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Hold on a second, was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Foreman powering ahead. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Now Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Fields. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here in the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Fields now to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football back at their own 17. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, a turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And Jones going to have a Packers first down as he'll get this up close to the 30-yard line. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. The throw right side going to be complete to the Guerrero. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now a first down carry by Jones. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Stopped on the play by Jaquan Brisker.
at the 11-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Love looking to throw it. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Chicago. 54 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. To throw is Fields. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Lewis. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Foreman. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Santos' kick is up and through, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as you're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On play action, Love to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Love. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
On 3rd down, Love. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Love going to give this one to Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 7. Now Love. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. On 4th down, Love. He'll find the blower complete. Touchdown, Packers. Josiah DeGuara, 39 yards. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Carlson's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Here's Fields. That is caught by Herbert. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Fields on 3rd down. That pass complete to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but he does have a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now motion left with Mooney. Again, Fields. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Oh, they try to let it go on the return, and now the ball's loose. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here
season.
on opening weekend.
These coaching staffs
we'll send you down to
making
Orlando.
plenty of
We
adjustments
check in with
after their
Jonathan
first half
Coachman for
football.
our EA
So for the call of the
Sports
second half here in week
report.
1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fields it right around the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this week 1 contest. On the counter, here's Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Love now. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. They've got his man complete. And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, 53 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the handoff, here's Foreman. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's Fields. That'll be caught by Foreman. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT. What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
And here's Jones again on second down. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Third and 2. Love with it. He wants it all for the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Carlson's extra point up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Play action. It's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Fields changing the play. Now Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. First time this afternoon. This is taken at about the 14. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
A gain of 14. And the Packers first down.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Throwing, Love. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he comes back with one complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Love. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
To the air again, Love. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Love under pressure again, and down he goes again. T.J. Edwards. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a decent gain on the ground. Call it 6, but it still leaves him with a ways to go on 4th and goal.
A 36-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the post.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Come on, guys. Let's make a play here. Make a play, boys. Here we go.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Fields now to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And that's caught inside the 30. He's on his way. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 65 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
What are you guys doing? Here we go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. DJ Moore. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. The Bears offense staying put. Justin Fields always a threat to run. They'll go for 2 here. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Score, Packers 24, Bears 9.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
To throw now. Here's Love. Throw right side, going to be complete to DeGuara. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Yannick Ngakoue. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Off the option, it's Jones. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Taken down at the 41. A gain of 4.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Here's Love. Flushed out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly...
It's caught inside the 25. Here's 1st and 10. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Penalties not what they needed here. 1st and 15. Off play action. Fields. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Well, this was not just the opener of a